I don't know what the deal. Up there it is. I don't know what the
Really?
deal is,
There it
but it
is.
takes longer. Yeah, are we live on your end?
I think so. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
we're moving on mine too.
Yeah. Hold on. I gotta close out all these windows. I completely forgot. Because I've been
Slow
so
down before you exit
I'm up.
StreamYard.
Yeah, I know. No, really, I'm gonna. Yeah,
Don't
so
leave
we were
me.
up. I was up a little earlier today because Mondays is Jose's early days, so I got started work early. So of course I have all these tabs, these reference tabs open on my desktop, and I forgot to clear that out before we started.
Corn
So I
hugs,
had to find right.
answer.
That comes later. That's later. That's other things. Um that yeah, so I had to I had to make sure I didn't accidentally close us out. Um because yeah, my so that's why I was thinking of getting like a second screen, but I just can't see how I'm gonna fit a second screen on my actual
I
desk.
miss my second screen. I took
Right.
okay, so before well, this is way that's too long winded. I'll tell you later.
Right.
Just
Okay.
remind me why I miss my second screen and why I'm
Oh,
probably gonna get it back.
okay. All
Yeah.
right, we can do that.
Hey, good morning, everyone. It is July 29th, 2024. 5 weeks until my ass goes to New York. It is
Ah.
also Monday, which is always a shit day. Ugh,
Oh yeah, it is Monday, isn't it?
I
Yeah.
hate Monday.
Right.
Yeah, should we just do this?
I guess.
Trigger warning. Fuck you.
Hi, and good morning, Daphne.
Good morning. That's how you know you're coming onto this show when you see that warning. I take my drawing glove off. I kept it on because, like I said, I woke up early. I started working, and I'm all discombobulated now.
Hmm. Yeah, you sent me that link early this morning. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, are you on drugs?
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh
God.
damn it, I forgot that it was because usually we don't we don't log in until what, like 10 a.m.
Yeah, I
or
was just like,
something.
God, I hadn't even brushed my teeth yet.
You're right. And then I'm like going, hello, good morning.
But I was glad because I was like, yeah,
Right.
we get to hang out early, and I
Right.
wanted
Yeah.
to gossip and shit.
You're
'Cause,
right. That's true. That's true. The amount of gossiping that we do behind the scenes is
yeah.
well, hey,
I like doing the feet thing.
right.
And I'm gonna put my PayPal in the link because I know
Oh
you guys are gonna
no!
screenshot and
And then we're gonna
back
get
and
banned on YouTube.
I don't give a fuck. I like.
Oh my goodness! So
Mood, man.
Who else is joining us in the chat?
HR. We got
Hello,
Michael.
hello.
We got let's see. We got Shane. We got like a whole bunch of people. There's people. Hi, people.
Yeah. Hello, people. Hello, the peoples. And yes, I see you, my beautiful eyeball people, watching us from regions beyond. If you are joining us from Facebook, if you're joining us from LinkedIn, come over to YouTube. Join the sexy people in the chat. And while you're here, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever any of our shows go live. So I guess we might as well just get this party started. I'm already sweating. It doesn't matter how much I try to prepare the office.
You liked it.
No matter how much I try to prepare the office, right? It always starts to get really, really muggy at exactly this time. And it usually lasts for about 45 minutes and then it begins to cool. Or it could be just hot flashes. Or it just could be that, it could be that. But might as well get the party started. So hello everyone. My name is Daphne Lage. Oh no, we're gonna have to, we're gonna
Yeah, we need details. Holy shit.
Hello everyone. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and you know what that means?
You don't understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
And I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which returns to Kickstarter later this year with the first trade paperback of the new story arc Tears of the Mother, which collects issues 1 through 4 of this 8-issue limited series. And I am also known for my medieval fantasy drama Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which I am currently preparing for fulfillment. So thank you everybody who pledged to the Volume 2 campaign 2 weeks ago. Yeah, has it been 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. I am in the middle of just prepping everything up, and I should start getting stuff out to the post office by the first week of August. I'm just waiting for a couple of more things to show up, and then we can get shipping in earnest. So thank you again. Also, you can read both my comics online at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, and Tall Tales, TAILS online.com. And you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at my channel, Daphne Lage, Lage Art, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. And to tell you more about it, here's Nita.
Yeah, Daphne also has this. Sign up
yes.
for the pre-launch of House of Bob.
Yes, House of Bob is on pre-launch right now. The link is in the show notes and in the chat as well. I was just putting up those links as well. So yes, House of Bob, Fetish Fantasy, my furry fetish erotic artwork collection, which also contains a remaster of Bondo Bondo, an original erotic sketchbook from the 90s. So for those of you who like to look back and reminisce. But to tell you more about that, here's Nita.
Yeah, my name is Nita. I have a fucking Google account. It runs the Indie Comics Network, which is basically my friends and I, and we talk about indie comics and marketing and other random shit.
Right.
So there's that. I'm also a freelance marketer for hire and I work for companies such as Ethereal Comics, Lone Wolf Comics, and Saltera Comics. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Stuff.
Also and stuff. Right. Also, where can we find that again?
IndieComicsNetwork.com.
It's .com. Cut.
Yeah, and also because I don't have any cards for this, also in the chat you will find links to Jose's JD Calderon's latest Oswald campaign, which I keep forgetting to put the name up. It's not like he puts up so many of these. I can't keep track of the names. When Tender Souls Mourn is the issues 1 and 2 of the next Oswald campaign that is live right now. The link is in the show notes and in the chat. And also the pre-launch page for his other project, Dreamweavers, which again is another remaster of a comic that we published back in the 90s. And if you love really, really nostalgic 80s, 90s anime, you're going to really enjoy the vibe of this book, even the look of this book. So check out the link in the chat and the show notes. So Dreamweavers is on pre-launch. The Oswald Chronicles is live right now. So Lou says, I'm fine. I was out walking my dog and some crazy guy started chasing me with a giant folding knife. I called 911 and had to listen to a recorded message telling me someone would answer eventually. Oh my God. 911 is a joke, y'all. Oh no. I discovered my adrenaline still. Oh my God. Who gets an answering service on 911?
Oh no, that's supposed to be a thing.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Like a lot of fucking districts. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That defeats the purpose of 911.
You'd think, but hey.
Oh my God.
That is fucking
That's
wild.
ridiculous. Well, I'm glad you're okay. You and the dog are okay. Because Jesus Christ, Lou. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, cops are really good at showing up to put yellow tape around things. And even then, if they don't have to, they don't. Yeah, well, yeah. That's
Oh my
I could
God.
imagine. I could imagine that would be your answer to it. Oh my goodness. And then only for the cops to show up like 4 hours later going, well, he's not here now.
Oh my God. What?
I'm sorry, I'm having flashbacks to my
Cat
to my
lady.
experience. Yeah, to my experience with dealing with officers on a chronic issue, but hey. Oh my goodness. So, oh my God. So what's up with you, Nita? What's up? I do a lot of talking, and sometimes I feel bad that I don't let you do talking.
What? I really have nothing to report right now.
Right?
I mean,
Oh, really?
like, it's been a bad day, Daphne. It's a bad day, and it's not even noon.
Oh no.
Yeah, so like I wake up this morning,
Uh-huh.
with Mother Nature
It's
arriving
Shark
much
Week.
earlier than expected.
It's Shark Week.
It's Shark Week, which, is a fucking fiasco. Get up,
Right.
take care of that. Ain't even got my coffee in me yet. Log on to fucking Facebook. I have been buried in feeds now for distributing false information because apparently my following is so fucking stupid. They can't figure out that Trojan is not selling reused and relubed condoms.
Oh.
That was just a fucking meme that's now got me in a violation, which is going to cause me to be buried for the next 4 weeks. So I got to figure out a point about that hole. So if you guys see any of my posts, whether you like them or not, just engage with me just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just give you a little nudge.
Yeah.
I really do think it has a lot to do with the fact that there was a brand name in the meme. Not that you were actually spreading false information.
That's what they said.
Right. Well, because they're not going to outright tell you that it's like, oh, well, actually, technically, I mean, because when I got busted for using, I was making a post about bootleg items and how like companies like Hermes and Louis Vuitton, they post videos on how they make their bags so that you can tell the difference between their genuine stuff and a bootleg.
Right.
And I got flagged for trademark infringement.
Oh.
For spam and trademark infringement on that post. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? Right. And I made the joke that it's like, I guess that they thought that I was selling, like, because these are bots that are doing this shit. Right. And then I redid the post, removed all the names, like the brand names, and then it didn't have a problem since. So I really do think that it's using a brand name in a way that, that's probably what got you flagged. I think if you did like a post that didn't have it. Lou says they got him. I got front row seats at the Neighbors. I think they took him in for a mental health. I would hope so. I would hope so.
A mental health evaluation. He had a goddamn bitch, you go to jail.
No, it has to escalate for that to happen.
Oh, okay. A motherfucker chasing you with a huge ass full.
Right.
It's not escalation.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
It's not assault until that knife is in your forehead, type of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
okay.
for real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like I said, I'm having flashbacks right now. So I think that if you hadn't used the meme with the brand name in it, you would have, you wouldn't have had a problem because it had a brand name in it. It's like, look, in the end, you have to remember Facebook's audience is not you, it's their advertisers.
Yeah.
So everything has to be catered to the advertisers because those are their real customers, not we're the fodder. We're the fodder, So I think that's what it is. But yes. So show Nita's posts some pity.
Yeah.
Right?
Pity for me, daddy.
Yeah.
Like just
I mean, it's like, so that Steph Wilson can come in and pat you on the head, and it's like, oh,
and be a like.
Right. Yeah.
There's no other
Share a
emoji.
like. Can we have more likes, sir? Social media sucks. It really does. It really does.
Oh, God.
Oh my goodness. But it's like, oh, but I like your title for the show today. Even though the titles are usually really random.
Oh, no, it's not random. I was in a pissy mood. So obviously I was PMSing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That would do
obviously I
it.
was PMSing.
That would
And
do it.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you know that the only time a woman's testosterone levels and a man's testosterone levels are at an equal level is during your period?
During menses, really?
Yeah, that's
That
the
explains
only
a lot. I could
that yeah, it's
right
like that
now.
it's the only time, yeah, it's the only time where a woman's testosterone level is equal to that of a guy's. So guys, remember, when you start bitching about a woman being on her period, what you're really bitching about is that she's acting like you.
Oh, wow.
But
Now
I like your title.
I'm just yeah.
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 Oh, because there is a Frank Zappa song. Um and of course, for the life of me, I can't remember the name, but there's a line in it is that you can't make like a cow can't make ham,
Hmm.
right? It's like the name of the song is "You Are What You Is,"
Okay.
right? And one of the lines is you can't, right? It's about people who try to be something that they're not,
Right.
and there's a line that it's like you can't a cow can't make ham.
Well, it's the whole
So
marketing yourself to
right,
thing that was on my nerves. And when your idea
right,
of marketing is just constant fucking spam.
right,
And I know that seems hypocritical coming from me because a lot of guys who follow me see my shit continually because I
right,
go out into the groups as well as in my own feed. But
right,
what I'm talking about is these motherfuckers who are making 4 or 5 of the same goddamn post on their walls as well as in the groups, 5 or 6 at a time in the fucking groups of the same goddamn IP
right,
every day, no breaks, no
right,
rotation, no nothing.
right,
Like, bruh, if you're not getting your audience yet, that's not, change it up a bit. I mean, it's
right,
the same old fucking copy, the same old, and it's just like
right,
over and over and over and over. And it's like, bruh, doing this, like there's one particular creator who I actually like the guy, but
right,
he is the only thing I see in my feed.
right,
Like it got to where I muted him.
right. Yeah,
I
yeah.
muted him. And this is a dude I like. And then he had to pay advertisements on fucking top of it. And
Oh wow.
he must have paid Facebook 1,000 goddamn dollars and hasn't even made
Yeah,
K yet for the amount of ads I'm seeing of his. Plus, if I'm seeing his ads this much, he didn't do his target audience very well because now he's only fucking recycling it into people who were already following him. So you basically paid Facebook to do something you were already doing.
right. I mean, it really is a fine line between spamming and just marketing, like just posting.
And it's like,
Um,
make it better because what did it do? It caused me to not even want to look at you.
right, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and also it's like, yeah, you really have to spend a lot of money on Facebook ads for it to be
I
effective.
can see his fucking Facebook ad 4 or 5 times in one crawl.
Right. Oh, that's way too much.
Just his ad. And that's
Right.
not including group posts because I frequently go into
Right.
groups to check or whatever. That's
Uh-huh.
not including his wall. And it's like,
Right.
bruh, enough was enough.
Right. Yeah,
Yes,
that
this is done. This is done.
oh, but yeah, because it's like because yeah, I guess like when you're especially when you're starting out, you kind of get it in your head that's like, oh, the social media feed goes so fast that if you're not posting 3 times, you have to post 3 times a day. So that, because I know that was a thing for a while. It's like, oh, you have to post three
Was.
times a day
It
to get
was.
the afternoon people and the night people, and you have to bump your posts. but yeah, it's like, but the thing is though, it's like, was that really ever effective?
No, it was a rumor because here's the deal. Okay, so the target times in Facebook are only beneficial to people who are small businesses in
Right,
selected areas.
right,
Indie comics is a niche that is global and worldwide.
right,
Our engagement may be up at certain times because that's going to be where our peak audience is. Like if your peak
right,
audience is the US, you want to hit a mid ground time.
right,
But when you're distributed your feed across Australia, Brazil, the United States, the European Union, and
right,
we're global. Like, and my audience is pretty much balanced. I have just as many followers in the UK as I do in the US.
oh,
Like,
mhm,
I can't target what 6 fucking time zones at once.
right,
So it's like without being an overabundance of spam, which sometimes when I'm running multiple campaigns, it comes off as that to me. Like even with myself, I'm like,
right,
I have to choose clients that are going to go into the group for the day and actually go on
right,
my wall, and it's kind of a constant joke.
right,
But at least it's varying posts and about
right,
shit. So
uh,
it doesn't, the timing of your post when you have an audience that's worldwide
right,
doesn't fucking matter, especially because there's sometimes that Facebook doesn't, it'll run you, you're hot for an hour or two, and then you dip off and you won't see that post again, but it comes back in 3 days.
right. Yeah, no, I've
There's
seen, yeah,
a huge recycling factor with the 72-hour mark and sometimes even 5 days.
right, yeah. I mean, it's kind of. I think also what happens is that like people take a lot of like this information at like face value without like really evaluating it as to like whether it fits what they're doing. Um, because I don't know. It's like every time,
No,
because no.
no,
Every time like I do a campaign, like even now it's like, I'm always analyzing the numbers, right?
right,
um yeah, it's like, yeah, you try to look for audiences that like your stuff without being put upon. Yeah,
right,
that would help, right? um I'm always evaluating the numbers after every campaign, and just trying to get a feel as to, now it's like, look, we're not saying you can predict the algorithm, because the algorithm is constantly changing.
right.
Already, we've been hearing rumors for a bit that the reason why, oh, hey, Nicholas, that, oh, US won gold in fencing. Just thought you'd like to know. That, there is this rumor going around that the reason why like campaigns aren't funding as quickly as they are, or they're not funding very well, is because Kickstarter changed their algorithm, and we
Uh-uh.
don't know why, or if, and but the thing is though, it's all speculation. We don't know, um but the thing is though, is that you still do kind of like want to, like, I don't know, like pay attention to how your campaign goes, and like see if there's anything on your end that you should be doing or
Right,
not doing. And it's just kind of funny, like how many people, like, they still go into Kickstarter blind.
right,
um I still keep coming across people who it's like, they're running campaign after campaign after campaign, and they're like, oh, I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand why I'm not meeting numbers. I don't, and it's like, and then you ask them like really basic questions about their campaigns, and they don't know.
right.
Like, it's like, okay, so it's like, it's like, oh, it's like I'm trying to raise, okay, we've seen the over enthusiastic people who start off at campaign.
10K.
Right. Yeah. And it's like, well, it's like, well, how did you get that number? It's like, oh, it just seemed like the right number. So you pulled it out of your ass, essentially, But the thing is, I'm talking like beginners. I can understand that they get way too over enthusiastic.
Right.
They don't really know what they're doing. You're floundering at the very beginning. You're just trying to find your footing. Right. But I think that after you've been, I've seen people who've been at this for a bit, and they're still like thinking
That's
that
this
way.
guy. He's been in this for as long as
You know,
you and JD.
and
And he's
it's like, and it's like, yeah, and it's like, well, okay, it's like, okay, so you want to raise like, I don't know, X amount of money on a campaign, right? And my question is like, well, how have your previous campaigns done? Like, where did you get this number? Like
Right.
that would have been my like where did you get this number? Oh, I'm just vibing.
Okay.
And
Let me
it's
know how that works out for you, bro.
right,
Ah.
um and it's just like really strange, and they kind of like do that with like there's no rhyme or reason. Like the only thing consistent is how the campaigns perform. you know it requires a lot of cleanup. There's a lot of cleanup involved, where
Oh my god.
they're where it's like the only thing consistent is how their campaigns perform, but for some reason they never want to take that into consideration when planning for their next campaign. Like
The
he said
economy is a huge factor.
no, yeah, and that is, comics is a luxury item, and unless someone really 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 likes your book, they can take it or leave it. That's why in the end it's like you can't just throw a book up on Kickstarter and expect to be a bestseller. It's like,
Right.
look, in the end, it's your story that's going to keep people. It's like, we can cut out, like, even in our own lives, we cut out a lot of things, but there are certain things we don't. Yeah, comics is a luxury, but some comics I'm willing to put out that extra money for.
Yeah.
I'm willing to spend that money on. And there's some that's like, what, I don't need to get this anymore. There's
Right.
some that are like that. And usually it's because, what, I like the story too much to let it go.
Right.
And so comics is a luxury item, but not all luxury items are equal. Not all comics are equal in that sense. Like there's some creators who, doesn't matter how the economy is going, they're doing just fine.
Right.
But the smaller guys, so that's why it's important, to kind of like, okay, it's like, so what happened on my previous campaign? How, like all my previous campaigns, like, I know I've mentioned this before, that I think that one of the biggest things that I learned from all my previous campaigns, like I've run 18 solo campaigns, is that I have different audiences for each book.
Right.
And I can't look at I can't look at all my campaigns as if they're the same thing. They're not. Just because I made I had like 200 and something backers on Viking Slut doesn't mean that that's indicative of anything on any of my other campaigns.
Right.
That book was an outlier.
Right.
And I have to count it as an outlier. I can't say, well, I don't understand. I had this many backers on my previous on Viking Slut. Why am I not getting that on volume 2? Why am I not getting that on Tall Tales? Because they're two different things. They're two different things. I'm not going to put a $10,000 goal on a campaign when I have yet to even raise that money easily on my own. It doesn't make sense. And that's something that I see people do. It's like, oh, even something simple is like, oh, I'm putting my goal at 3,000. It's like, okay, but again, where are you getting that number from? When was the last time you raised $3,000 on a campaign, and how long did it take you to do it? Right. And it's like, well, I make an average of 1,500 on my campaigns. So why did you think you can make it to 3,000? Like that type of thing. Like you can't make you can't make your campaigns act differently than how they're acting already. I guess it's the whole, you have spam, but you're trying to turn them into boar's head.
Right. Right.
And
it's like, holy shit, dude.
Right. It's like that's not how that works. It's like you have to take the data as it's before you, you have to take the data and you have to take it objectively, right? You can't just try to force the data into whatever delusion you may have about your books, because especially if you're running multiple IPs, that split, you've already have a split audience, and it's like, and if you're doing a campaign for a book that usually only makes like $1,500, you can't set your goal at $3,000 because this other one of your IPs made $3,000. It doesn't work like that. That's, the audience isn't going to overlap like that. I mean, like I said, we do Tall Tales, we do Oswald, and we do Eagle Raven. Superficially, they're 3 fantasy books, but between the 3 books, we only have an 8% audience overlap. Which means most of the time, people are not buying all 3 books.
Right.
We have very few people in our audience that buy all 3 books, even though they're all fantasy books. But we have to treat it like 3 separate IPs. Eagle Raven performs very differently from Tall Tales, performs very differently from the Oswald Chronicles. And then it's like, look, I'm putting up a sketchbook later on. House of Bob, that's a completely different audience.
That's an outlier.
Yeah, it's like I can't make any decision on House of Bob based on Eagle Raven or Tall Tales.
No.
Even on Viking Slut, I cannot make any decisions based on that. So the only thing I have to compare it with is the previous House of Bob sketchbooks that I did at the very beginning of my campaign. And it's like, okay, you know what? I'm keeping it, I'm keeping it tight. I'm keeping it like the goal, like really low, because it's like, I don't really have a performance pattern that I can do anything more with.
Right.
So this next campaign, that it's like, yeah, I'm my expectations are very low on it, but it's low enough because it's like, look, the way I look at it is that, you know what, there's no shame in putting a $500 funding goal if you're not sure how your campaign is going to do, because honestly, if you cannot fund $500, you probably are not ready for Kickstarter. If you don't even have enough people to fund $500, on my very first sketchbook campaign, I was able to raise 700. So, I was okay. Oh, thank you.
Right.
Thank you. So I was, so at least even starting out the gate, I was able to raise $700. Right. And then on my next campaign after that, I was able to get it up to 2,000. Doesn't mean I'm putting a $2,000 goal on House of Bob. It just means it's like, okay, I'm going to keep it at 500. And then I'm just going to, if I can make it to 2,000, that's great. But making it to a certain amount doesn't mean that that's your goal.
Right.
I mean, because I think a lot of people confuse funding with financing. And it's like, no, these are 2 different things, because just because you could fund on Kickstarter doesn't mean you're able to finance your project on Kickstarter.
And that is why it's important to have that book ready to go.
Right. It's like, so yeah, so I just find it funny how it's like, look, it's like Kickstarter puts the data all out in front of you. You ignore it at your own peril.
Right.
Because all you're doing, if you just ignore the data that's being held in front of you, you're making it difficult for yourself. Like, it's like, look, like, okay, my like volume 2 campaign, right? It didn't perform the way I was hoping, but in the end, it still ranged around in the average area of what my campaigns usually do. So in the end, I'm okay with that. I only lost 14 backers and I was only under $800 when compared to volume 1, but at least I had that basis of comparison. It's like, okay, well, now, am I going to fuss? Oh, why did I lose 14 people? Why did I make under $800? I mean, sure, there's certain things, like I know that you said, oh, because you were offering this, that, and that on your other campaign that you were
offered hard copies on the first one. You
Right.
offered sketch covers.
Right.
No, and that wasn't there. That alone could account for the
Right. Yeah,
$80.
exactly. Right. Oh, and so it's like, okay, that makes sense. But then it's like, okay, where did the 14 backers go? That it's like,
The
okay,
hell?
I don't know, and there just sometimes there comes a point, right, where it's like because those 14 people are idiots,
Or they were broke, or they were indisposed, or we were being throttled, or whatever.
right, yeah,
Who the fuck knows?
but
But
like
14 is not a significant number.
no, it's I mean, considering that there was a lot of people who were that there are people who are losing like 80% of their of their
Right.
campaigns based on their previous campaign. I mean, I could have done worse.
Yeah.
I could have done worse. But it's like, okay, so for volume 3, would I do anything different? I don't know. Like, I mean, because in the end, it's like, I performed average. In the end, that's all I can really ask for. And I'm more concerned about finishing the book than I am about like, oh, I need to market harder. I need to do this. I need to do that. And it's like, there comes a point where it's like, I'm okay. And I'm okay with that.
Word.
Because sometimes I don't need the extra stress. Sometimes if things just don't work out the way I want it, it's like, okay, you know what, we'll move on to the next project. We'll at least House of Bob will have me thinking a little differently because it is a different project. Slightly, yes, slightly. But look, it's all data. It's all data.
Right.
It's
all for the science.
Right, exactly, in the end, right? But also speaking of to have that transition, right? Speaking of Eagle Raven, though, and finishing the book, right?
Right.
Now, for the longest time, I have been saying that Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, is 15 issues. I've been hammering that every time I say it. It's like 15 issues, 15 issues, 15 issue. Right. I mean, it's better. Low expectations is good. It's good to have low expectations, and then you build from there. But low expectations is better than ridiculous expectations and not be able to meet them.
Right.
So I've been. Now the thing is, though, I don't know where I got 15 from, right? Because it's always been weird because every issue holds 4. I mean, every volume holds 4 issues. So it's like, so 15 doesn't make any sense. Why did I decide to make it an issue short?
But I was just like,
right. It's like, why did I, leave out, why did I, so I was always worried about that the final volume was going to be short because like, well, it's only 15 issues. And then once I got, and then it's like, once I got closer to penciling and lettering at issue 15, I was like, oh, well, issue 15 is going to be over. It's going to be a little bit bigger, right? Well, last night, well, actually just yesterday in general, issue 15 is so big, there's now an issue 16.
Been taking the vitamins to make it grow an inch.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, I had reached. Hey, John. Sometimes you need to treat your passion work as a hobby that almost pays for itself. Like, oh yeah, like you're doing with your Angel Wing comic. Yeah, exactly. Your Bloodwing Angel. Yeah, and in the end, that's kind of how, like, when my accountant says that I don't make enough to be considered a business, there was no reason for me to consider myself a business. It's like, well, then I guess I'm a hobbyist then. That just happens to make, side money on my book. So that kind of like put me, I guess, in a different mindset where it's like, yeah, you know what? This is a hobby. You know how I know? Because my accountant told me so. So why stress, right? It's like, why stress? But it's like, you know what? Just because you think but at the same time, just because you say you're running a business doesn't mean you don't have a glorified hobby. So it's like, that's also a thing too, because it's like, you can say it's like, oh, just business harder. But if your math is not mathing, it doesn't matter if your accountant says you're a business or not. There's something wrong. There's something you're not taking into account. Oh, so yeah. So what happened was that so with issue 15, because it was the final issue, I thought it's okay. You know what? I'm going to make this epic. I'm going to make this really worth being a final issue. I'm going to do like a lot of epic scenes. It's going to be hot and the whole thing. And then I hit issue page 32, which was which ended on a page that's perfect for ending if issue 15 was just issue 15. And then I realized I still had enough material to fill out. Yeah, I know, right? I still had enough material to fill out another issue. So I have another 32 pages to go.
Nice.
And it's like, I go, you know what? This is not a bad thing.
No, it restores the balance.
It's like, right, because exactly. It's like now I have a proper volume 4 because it's going to have 4 issues in it, right? So the end of issue 15 and the beginning of issue 16, right, is a splash page. It was completely unintentional, but it ended up that way. So they end and start perfectly. Issue 15 ends and issue 16 starts perfectly with this a double splash page.
Nice.
And then once it's in the trade, you put the 2 splash pages together and you're going to get so you know what? It just worked out really, really well. And it's like, yeah. And I think like from here on out, I'm just going to be saying it's a 16 issue series.
Well, there you go.
The more I look at this, the more it's like, you know what? I think this is how it was always supposed to be. It's too perfect. Like everything is just falling into place perfectly. And it's like, yeah. So there is an issue 16 for Eagle Raven.
I don't think anybody's going to be mad.
I don't think so either. Because you know what? Because for a little bit, it's like I was thinking, it's like, oh, should I do a double issue? But the problem is like I hate the way double issues look. Like they don't fold properly because it's too many pages. And it's like, you know what? It's like, in the end, it's like, what's one more campaign? Right? What's one more campaign? So I move to be concluded to the next issue. It still ends. Look, it's like there's still an ending. It's so when I say issue 16, that's it. Like now it's official. This is the end. Yeah, this is the end. Because I have everything like pretty much like laid out, for this issue 16. So it ends where this is it. It's like you're gonna get that ending, you're gonna get that epilogue, and that's and that's it. Perfect 4 issues, 4 volumes of Eagle Raven. So yeah, so I can't be really mad at that.
No.
I can't be mad at that.
No.
Also another thing, right? Another thing I just wanted to throw to kind of like throw at everybody, just to kind of like give me a really quick opinion. So I'm packing up, all my individual books and what, getting ready to fulfill the campaign for volume 2. And so I have Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut, or as everyone knows it as the Unicorn King's Daughter, because Viking Slut was throttled as a title on Facebook. So we had a hard time with it.
Yeah,
so,
and you will too.
Right. Ha! So we have the Unicorn King's Daughter, which is the parody Eagle Raven book that I did, the alternate universe book, right? And of course the supplement issue, the Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut. Yes, that's the name of the book for all of you who missed it, right? So I do have it available on my store. I do have it available, and I will have it available in every campaign. Now, as you can see here, though, so on the original campaign, I sold the book separately. I sold the Unicorn King's Daughter and Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut as separate books. So you could do both. You could buy them as a set and you can buy them as individuals. After the campaign, I decided that you were only going to be able to get these books as a set because technically they go together. They do go together. Because one is kind of like an alternate ending to the other. Right. So I was just looking at the way how I was packing it. I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to sell this as a set, I thought it would be nice to kind of like double pack them in a bag and board so that they're
Right.
always together. And I had gotten these removable, these low tack stickers from Sticker App, and so it's like all you have to do is just like, oh, I'm going to do it right now. Let's see. So all you have to do is just peel off the sticker, right? Because it's like you still want it sealed, So the sticker peels off, right? And then you can just open up the bag. I have the flap
Right.
tucked in there, right? Because it's like I tucked it in and I go, oh, that looks really nice because it's not nothing blocking there. Because remember
Right.
the old way, you'd have the tape right
Yeah.
there,
Right.
and I tucked it in. It's like, oh, it looks perfect, right? So then it's like I just put the removable sticker just to keep it sealed, and now I have so it actually kind of looks nice
I like it.
this. Yeah, I like it too. So yeah, so I originally was just gonna ask if this is what people prefer, but then it's like, you know what, I like it, so this is how you're gonna get the book. So if you ordered the Unicorn King's Daughter and Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut set, they're going to come in the same bag and board that you could just flip like that, and then it's like it has the removable sticker on the top, and yeah, I think that's pretty nice. And so yeah, so I'm currently I don't know. Well, I'm currently putting together the Oswald Chronicles shop. So I'm doing a separate shop for the Oswald Chronicles, and I was updating the website for the Eagle Raven books. So at the end of this fulfillment, volume 2 will be available on the store along with all my other books as well. So if you missed any of my campaigns, whether it be Tall Tales or Eagle Raven, there is there yeah, it's like if you go to my Facebook page, there's a link there. You look at my link tree, there's a link there to the store, and you can pick up all my books so far on my store, because it's going to be a while. It's going to be until next year, until the next Eagle Raven campaign goes live. So so yes, if you want to pick up the books that you missed, you're going to be able to pick up everything at the store. And if you're looking for volume 2, wait until August, because then, like I said, after I finish fulfillment, because the Kickstarter pledges get shipped out first, and then the books gets added to the store officially.
Right.
Also another thing too, I got a new toy.
Oh, me
I
too.
got maybe my toy's not as interesting as yours. So I finally got a proper corner rounder. So on the last show, Nita was like, "Wait, what is that clicking noise? What is that clicking noise?"
Yeah.
Right? Because I have a handheld corner rounder, right? Which I used. I wore that thing out at Baltimore Comic Con because I was so bored. I was just rounding the
I
corners.
wore mine out too.
I mean, if I could have rounded the corners to the books, I would have. That's how bored I was. And and then it's like I was rounding corners for the bookmarks. I had bought bookmarks for the campaign. What was funny was that postcards, I was able to have the option to have them do rounded corners, but for some reason I couldn't do it for the bookmarks. So I was sitting here like rounding the bookmarks, rounding the corners to my bookmarks. I'm sitting here, click, 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 click. And then Jose goes, "Why don't you just get a machine that does that?" And I go, "Oh, well, I was being cheap." That's what it was. I was being cheap. Right. So, and I had so many bookmarks to do it. And also after a while, my hand starts hurting. So maybe it's not a good idea I do that many bookmarks or anything, round corners, that many things, individually. So I was able to find the corner rounder, a corner rounder for like $90 on Amazon. Right. And it works beautifully. I mean, I was here. It's very satisfying. Like it kind of has like the slot machine, the slot machine arm, and it's very satisfying, except, you're rounding corners and making a mess because the little, you get like these little chips, the little paper things all over the place. But like I said, it's very satisfying. Just like, oh, it's like, oh, look at the rounded corners, you know? So that's what I was doing the other day. And I have, so there's also,
Oh,
boy.
I got
So,
some tea for you, Daphne. After.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, no, all
it's
about
so
rounded
hot.
corners.
It's hot. I like to say,
Oh.
karma's a bitch.
Karma's a bitch. Well, karma's
Karma's a
always,
bitch.
you know, but if you ordered the book, so especially for the volumes, I like giving away bookmarks because it makes sense. You know, you have
Right.
the book, you want to put them, you want to save your place, and what better way to do that than with a bookmark, right? Yes, big slot machine arm is very satisfying. So there's 2 bookmarks you're going to be getting if you ordered volume 2. So you're going to get like
Check them. Hold up. Let me get you up there.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go.
So you're going to get the main bookmark, which, a little story. It has the little synopsis on the back, right? That's the main promo bookmark. And it's like, oh, look at how good it looks in the book. Look at that. Doing what it's supposed to do. Absolutely beautiful, right? And then the second one that you will be getting is a double-sided bookmark featuring Eager Raven and Daniel, right? And this is done by Jaden Lanning.
That's
She
my
did
baby.
some, yeah. As I said, this artwork is from Jaden, and I just love little Vichy unicorn boyfriend. He came out.
Yes, she fucking did an awesome job.
I just love that face. It's my baby, and right, so it's like they both are. But Jaden did such a beautiful job with this. It wasn't even supposed to be a bookmark. We were just testing like how, like, I gave her the layouts. I gave her this little cartoon, this doodle, and I said, okay, could you, like, what would it look like if you just redid this for me? Like, we just wanted to try out whether she, like, I don't know, like, was like follow layout.
She was maybe ready for interiors,
right? Something like that. And and she did it, and she did these two, and it was just like, I have to use these for something. And then it's like I realized, it's perfect for a double-sided bookmark.
Yes, you did.
I mean, it is so good. I love the way this. So yeah, so everybody who ordered the book and rounded corners, rounded corners. I was like,
pleasure.
Shing, shing. Like I'm looking through all my drawers for like any like business cards, trading cards, like anything, any postcards I had lying around. Rounded corners, shing, rounded corners, shing. 777.
Oh my god.
I mean, it was just so, and like I said, it was incredibly satisfying to do. I love this little machine. Like I said, it makes a mess, but I just love this machine so much. It's like, why didn't I buy you earlier? Because so then right.
I love watching Daphne pull things.
Right. So so it's just really funny. Just like I was just like grabbing anything. Like I said, it's like, could I do this to books? You don't need, I don't think anyone rounds corners to books. You don't need
what? On these fucking smaller volumes, that might not be a bad idea, because one of the biggest problems on my shelf is, I guarantee you, I pull out some of these fucking trays and the corners are bent from putting them back.
I mean, it could only like it would have to be something like technically like House of Bob, right? like House of, like I'm tempted to just stick a House of Bob book there.
Just see what it looks like. Let's see what it does.
I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's like it's like, well, hold on. Let me
do it, Daphne. Do it live.
Let me see. So let me put. Okay, so you can't kind of see it. I don't know.
We just need to see the after.
Right. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. So here's.
I'll hold that camera down just a tad.
Well, here's the.
Oh yeah, there's the arm. There's the arm.
There's the arm. There's the jackpot arm. Let's see. So let me see. Ooh. I know I have. Okay. I'm going to
Nicholas
completely.
is exactly over here repping the rounded corner office supply kink scene. And folks, I am okay with this.
Okay, so here's a mondo. Here's
Do
a
it.
mondo. So I'm gonna round the corners on this, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna so I'm gonna put it down. Let's see. All right. Oh, this is I'm gonna need what I need. I need an extra piece of paper. Hold on. Because it does this thing where it puts like a little it presses down like the
Oh yeah.
So it's like, okay, all right. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Hold on. No whammies. No whammies. No whammies.
And what's the finished product?
And this is okay. So this okay. So there we go. This is what it looks
I
like.
fucking dig it though.
You know, there we go.
I
Rounded
fucking
corners.
dig it.
Rounded corners. Rounded corners.
I dig it. It's clean. It's not
You know?
going to catch us easily.
You know what? It does look.
It looks clean. I like that.
You know?
Daphne, that's hot.
You know? So what do you think? You think I should do this?
I think you should fucking do it to the sketchbooks.
Really? Because it's like it's
Look,
weird. I mean, it's like, oh yeah, you know what? Okay.
That's even more unique.
You know, so rounded, yeah.
Bro, I'm digging it. I am, and it's just something else to make your shit pop out.
Right? Yeah. So there we go. So there is House of Bob with rounded
Toddler
corners.
safe word.
Yeah.
This book.
Right. Exactly.
Disclaimer.
This is not a book for kids, but rounded for your
I like
pleasure.
it. It's like rounded for your pleasure.
Okay, so I guess we could do right. So, but like it was very satisfying. It went like the blade went through cleanly,
Right.
you know.
But don't do it unless you're going to commit to the entire sketch series.
No, absolutely. Yeah, you see that's. I mean,
So
there's.
do you want to do this 2,000 times?
Right. Yeah, I know. Right. Oh, and that's the thing too, because the thing that's waiting in the wings, right, is that I have 5 more sketchbooks to proof out for Mix'em. And because what I did was I took some older sketchbooks that I had, the luxury edition. Oh, very nice. And I put them all together finally. You know, like, so I have like 4 white covers and 1 yellow one. Right. Because it's the original House of Bob yearbook that I did for Patreon, but it was like the clean version.
Right.
But I guess because of the nature of the images, you know, it's like I wouldn't exactly call it a clean book. You know, so the white ones, they're just like regular pinups. The one's a mermaid book. So you know, those are fun looking. But yeah, I'm just like I keep looking.
I like it. I like it.
You know, like it would have to be, like, because it would have to be like little books like this. You know, also
and especially on the black. Like here's
right.
why. Because I've noticed that with the black trades, the heavier fucking paperweight,
right?
That shit it turns white and frays and
right, which is what happened to another proof of mine.
Circumcise them books.
Okay. I don't.
No
stigma. I think I'll pass on calling it that.
No, we're gonna call it the circumcised edition.
But yeah, it looks really nice. You know what?
It does. It really does.
We're gonna put a pin in that. We're gonna put a pin in that because it's like, yeah, because it's like if I'm going to like do that to all the sketchbooks, it has to be to all the sketchbooks,
right?
You know, because it all has to match.
They got it. Match.
So there you go. So now.
Oh my God! It looks even better with the sheen from the fucking.
Right. You know, it's like, yeah, okay. And it's supposedly a rounded corners are supposed to be better. Like you said, it's like it doesn't.
Productive.
Fray.
It doesn't fray.
Right.
Back the layers.
You know,
it
so
doesn't onion.
Right. Yeah. No, because that's what happened on one of my other proofs. I guess like the corner got caught.
Oh, you just catch it one time and it'll peel that laminated layer off.
Yeah, that's what happened on one of my other proofs. Yeah. But well, so there you go. Oh
All
my
right.
goodness. So look at that. You see, that's why, it's important to kind of like throw these ideas out on the show.
Science.
Yes, it's science. It's science. Like I said, so yeah. So if any of you would like to have a slot machine corner rounder of your very own, yeah, I just found it on Amazon for like $90. It's like 89 something. Like, yeah, $90. And it's like it got it next day delivery. So I was able to finish all these bookmarks. So yeah, it's just, like I said, it's extremely satisfying. I was so surprised, and I don't hurt my hand at all.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. So, look, because it's like I even like went like grabbed all of the Tall Tales bookmarks
Oh,
that we still have lying around,
the
and I
updated version.
rounded out.
Yeah.
Is it everything with a rounded corner?
Jesus, OCD can be so much fun.
Yeah, no, for real, yeah. 'Cause like I said, I was looking for everything. I still have like a whole bunch of Tall Tales, trading cards to round the corners, because now everything needs to match. Like I said, I'm in my rounded corner era. It's the little things. It's the little
Yeah.
things that that just like entertains us, I guess. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's like I know everyone's kind of used to us going a little bit over, but I don't know. I'm kind of like I think I spoke about everything that I needed to already. How about you, Nita? You
I'm
got
good.
anything? You're good?
I'm good. I'm bleeding to death and I have to pee.
Oh, okay. So there you go. So there are reasons. Reasons.
Reasons.
Right,
Reasons.
reasons. Oh my goodness. So thank you everybody in the chat for hanging out with us and having fun with us. Learning about my new fetish.
Oh, it's hot. I just love when you grab that big black knob and pull it.
Rounded corners.
Oh, that's the fetish.
You know? Oh my goodness. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah, so
We're done here.
so
We're
yeah,
done
so
here.
thank you so much. I think we are. So thank you so much everybody in the chat for joining us. Thank you so much our beautiful eyeball people for watching us from regions beyond and joining us today, and hopefully you got more work done than we did in this last hour. Oh my goodness. And yeah, so it's like, you have any announcements before we go?
I got a bunch of stuff live. Check them out. They're in the links. I can't right now. I can't. It's in the show notes. Links.
Right, okay. And if you want to learn more about me and my artwork and all that other stuff, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, but I mostly post to Facebook if you're interested in seeing sketches and current work in progress updates. And you can also catch me here on YouTube on my own channel at Daphne Lage, Lage Art, where you can watch almost 600 videos of my process, and semi-weekly art live streams Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern. It's 2 hours of me drawing and hanging out with the chat. It's kind of like being at a convention without blocking the table. So it's from 4 to 6 Eastern. So yeah, it's usually every other Wednesday. So like I said, if you're on our channels, make sure you just hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever any of our shows, including my draw stream, goes live. Remember, you can also read Eagle Raven Air the First Unicorn for free, uploading every day, Monday through Friday. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales. That's TAILS online.com. And not only can you read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free, but you can catch up on the latest story arc, Tears of the Mother, which is also currently uploading Monday through Friday. And you can catch up on that story arc before the first trade paperback, Volume 1, goes live. That's going to later on this year. That's going to collect issues 1 through 4 of this series. Also, remember, as we had shown you already, House of Bob returns to Kickstarter August 19th, goes live. It's a 2 sketchbook set, one Fetish Fantasy and the remastered Mondo Bondo. So that campaign goes live August 19th. The link is in the chat and in the show notes for the pre-launch page. So make sure you click that notification bell again so you get notified when the campaign goes live. Also, again, JD Calderon has 2 campaigns live right. Well, one campaign is live, and that's the Oswald Chronicles. Oswald Chronicles news. Oh my God, why do I keep forgetting this title? When Tender Souls Mourn. Issues 1 and 2 on Kickstarter right now. It is live. Link is live. Show notes, chat, and
everywhere.
Also Dreamweavers. That's launching later on this year. We don't have an exact date yet, but it is launching later on this year. It is a paranormal superhero urban fantasy that's very inspired by 80s and 90s anime. You guys are going to really, really enjoy it. Something a little different from us. And we're very excited to finally put this out because time is a flat circle. So again, link is in the chat and in the show notes. So thank you so much again for putting up with us and our nonsense. And in the words of the ancients, eat your food, moisturize, mind your business, and do the work. Because when you actually do the work, you never have to fake any of your accomplishments. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you next time.
Later.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.